You clicked on this video is because you're probably not proud of who you are right now. You've been spending hours on YouTube scrolling, maybe on Instagram, maybe on TikTok, and you don't really like where you're heading. You don't like the trajectory you're heading in the next 3 months. You don't like yourself. You're not proud of yourself. And you look back at today or yesterday or last week or last month, regretting that you could have taken more action and you could have gotten a lot more done within this time span, but you didn't, and you know that. You're probably not proud that you stayed up until 11 p.m. to 12 a.m., screwing up your sleep and waking up a little bit later, telling yourself that you're going to wake up at 5 a.m., you're going to wake up at 6 a.m., but you didn't wake up at that time. When you look in the mirror, you're not proud of what you see. You don't feel like you're ready enough to show yourself to the world and to show yourself in social situations. You don't even like yourself. If these all resonate with you, then this is the video for you. This is the brutally honest self-improvement guide that I wish that I've gotten after 3 years of developing myself, of going through all the stages of binging content, wasting hours on social media, overcoming my 8-year addiction to porn and vaping, to now making a decent income online as well as in person, having a social circle of 6 to 7 figure entrepreneurs, having more abundance with dating, girls, and relationships. And this video is a video that you guys need to rewatch, because the things that I'm about to say in this video is going to change the way you think about the world. It's going to change the way you see the world. And when you change the way you see the world, you start to recognize opportunities that you never even saw beforehand. Everything that I discuss right here is called drifting. Napoleon Hill talked about drifting in Outwitting the Devil. Drifting is the worst place you don't want to be. A drifter is a person that lets life happen to them. They don't happen to life. They don't proactively design their life. They let the external environment, they let their friends, their family, their siblings, the people around them, content, they let the things around them shape and mold them. They do not choose the proactive action to mold themselves. And that's exactly who I was 3 to 4 years ago. I was a drifter. I didn't know what I wanted in my life. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't know what I wanted to become. I didn't know how I was supposed to change my life. I didn't know anything that I knew now. I would be in high school binging video games, I would be playing Minecraft. I would be playing these first-person shooters, really trying to get good at video games, to then trying to become more popular in school, trying to be liked and respected by everyone in my school, in my year, and failing and feeling isolated to the point that I wanted to kill myself because I felt like everyone hated me. I had really bad social anxiety to the point where I would only look at the ground, because if I looked at someone, I would get the negative thoughts that they hate me, they dislike me, that person doesn't like me. I felt like every single person hated me when I walked throughout the school grounds. It came to the point where I was in the dentist and I just got rejected by all these girls. Someone said that I was spreading rumors about this girl, that me and her were dating, even though I didn't spread the rumors. And overall in the school circle, I was just hated by everyone. That's just how I felt. And I would remember being at the dentist's office, after school, going to check up on my teeth because I was about to get braces. I would be sitting next to my mom on a chair waiting for the dentist to call my name. And I would just start crying. There would be tears coming down my eyes. And my mom was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm okay." But I just kept tearing. And I literally just started crying and crying and crying. I couldn't hold it because it was this pain that I was holding in for so long. I was trying to be liked by everyone. I was trying to be loved by everyone. I was trying to be this nice guy, this nice person that people wanted to be around. And I just felt shattered. I felt empty. I felt hollow to the core. And when I cried, there was pain. There's like that type of pain where it hurts your chest. That really tense feeling in your chest where you just crying, you're just in hurt. I'll be saying to my mom, everyone hates me. I want to move school. And I was very serious. I actually wanted to move school because I didn't feel like I could show myself to school the next day. I honestly felt like everyone hated me in that year. At that time, after graduation of school, I went through a period where none of my friends actually contacted me. Friends that I've been friends with for around 6+ years. And this was a very lonely time. I was working myself. I found self-development at that time. But I didn't really have that quality connection, that social circle of people. I spent that whole year trying to start an online business using my gap year, and I had no success. The people around me didn't believe in me and what my dreams and aspirations on becoming rich. I had no support network of entrepreneurs and influencers and creators and YouTubers, people who I could discuss these ideas with, and I was completely alone. So now I'm literally making decent money. I literally made 2K, I think 2 weeks ago. I'm making another 1.5K and 2K this week as well. Having a social circle of 6 to 7 figure entrepreneurs, having an abundance of dating option and girls, and living a dream lifestyle that I pictured years and years ago. And by the end of last year, when I failed all my online businesses, it came to the point where I realized, fuck, bro. If I die right now, if I keep doing what I'm doing, I have to live with this for the rest of my life. And I didn't like the online businesses I was pursuing. I didn't like the life I was living. I didn't like being in isolation. I didn't like being in monk mode. I didn't like the things that I was doing. I realized that the only person that can change my life and that can make an enjoyable life for myself is me and me alone. And I realized that if I didn't go for what I actually wanted, then I will be living the rest of my life not fulfilled, not doing what I actually wanted to do. Deep down, I wanted to start a personal brand. I wanted to be friends with 6 to 7 figure entrepreneurs. I wanted to host parties and events. I wanted to be dating and getting out there. I wanted to do all these things. Not just stay in my room, just being on monk mode, doing a business model I don't even care about, e-com, dropshipping, agency, things that weren't fulfilling. I didn't see any point to that. So I decided to really go for what I actually wanted. I made a definite decision to chase the things that were very, very fucking important to me. The things that were very, very meaningful to me. Human connection. I started to follow my intuition and my purpose and made the definite decision to follow my purpose. There was no half yes and half no. It wasn't a 98% commitment. It wasn't a 99% commitment. I made 100% commitment to change my life. And after years from going into high school to failing on these online businesses to starting an online business and in-person business with my videography gigs and monthly clients from that, plus doing online coaching and personal branding, plus building a high net worth social circle of 6 to 7 figure entrepreneurs, people in the YouTube info products and content creation space, I learned all these lessons from these real raw experiences, going through months and months of time, literally going through 365 days, 12 months of literally making no money. Everyone around me not even believing in me, being so fucking broke, being alone, lacking social skills, being unattractive, not looking the best, looking fucking ugly, to massively changing my life, to building a high value social circle, to literally finding a way to monetize the things that I enjoy, hanging out with people, going out, talking to the camera, hopping on calls, and having an abundance of options for dating and girls. And so this leads into the first point, which is purpose. You have to understand, I know this is very cliche. A lot of people say purpose, follow your purpose. They talk about the way of the superior man. They recommend a book. Purpose is so key. Before 3 years ago, I didn't have a definite purpose. I didn't know who I wanted to become. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't know the vision and what I wanted. And when you put definition on exactly what you want and who you want to become and your goals, when you define something, you now have a desired state. You now have some place to go for, to search for, to work towards. It's a night and day difference when you identified where you want to go and what means a lot to you. Your purpose is what means a lot to you, and a thing that matters to you is what you want to help people towards. I remember years ago in high school, I didn't have a strong purpose. I didn't have a strong why. My main purpose was to be liked by other people. So my sense of good emotions, my sense of feelings, my sense of self-worth, my sense of all the positive emotions that I would feel, it came from other people's opinions on me. So as soon as other people stopped liking me, as soon as someone said something nasty to me or someone made a negative comment about me, that literally broke me, and I would be acting in such needy energy because I relied on other people's opinions to feel good, to feel like I matter, to feel important, to feel positive. And so when you put other people, girls, other people's opinions, what other people think of you, you put that as your main purpose. If you pedestalize girls and other people's opinions, then you're nothing without them. You're nothing without other people's opinions. You are heavily reliant on what other people think of you. And when you're heavily reliant on what other people think of you, that is very dangerous. I know that if you make other people's opinions and girls your main purpose, your main focus, you're never going to be happy because you can't control other people's opinions. It's not up to you whether you feel good. It's up to how the other person feels, and you can't control that. But then when I decided to find my purpose and when I decided to find things that mattered to me, all my sense of self-worth came up to me and how much effort, how much work am I putting in to fulfill this purpose, to work towards this bigger mission, this thing that means a lot to me. It all comes down to me and my work ethic. So instead of the frame being, if I can make other people proud of me, the perspective has changed, and it has changed from, can I make me proud of me? As soon as I define my purpose, I really ask myself, what are the things that matter to me? Why do I value this thing? Why do I want to be successful? Why do I want more money? Because I want this. And for me, it came down to this trauma, right? I saw everyone else getting the things they wanted in life, and I saw them getting all these experiences with guys, with girls, going to parties, going to events, having the strong human connection. I would see people, the popular kids, the jocks, the athletes, the people who played AFL if you're in Australia, or the athletes, right? The people who are popular in school, I saw them effortlessly connecting with people. They were effortlessly gaining human connection. Like, they could talk to anyone, they could be social, and I was really jealous of that. I was really resentful to these people because that's something I was lacking in my life. I was lacking human connection. And it almost drove me to the point of depression, isolation, and wanting to kill myself. And I remember I told you the story earlier where I thought everyone hated me. I thought everyone didn't like me. I felt very alone and I didn't have any support around me. I felt very isolated. And I know that when I'm isolated, I feel very depressed. So I don't want any of you guys to feel this way, to feel isolation, to feel really like a lot of depression. So I never want you guys to get to that point where you want to kill yourself. You want to like literally self-harm. Like, because that's the thoughts I was thinking. I was thinking the thoughts where if I kill myself, all the people who would bully me, who made fun of me, would, you know, feel sorry for me. They would like, damn, bro, I regret all these things. I wanted other people to regret what they've done to me. I wanted the girl to cry on my dead body and hold my body saying, Darius, you know, why'd you leave? And I wanted people to care about me because I didn't feel like I mattered. So that's like the dark, twisted fantasy I had when I got to the stage of isolation. And I don't want you to experience that because that's a lot of fucking pain that I went through. So that's why I make the videos I make. That's why I help the guys I help. That's why I live the life that I live, is to help people gain human connection. Whether it be organizing events, whether it be hopping on a call with a guy in my community or in my school community, whether it be hopping on a call with my client and helping him, how can we, you know, gain more human connection? How can we meet our quality people? How can we develop a fulfilling lifestyle? You know, these things matter to me. These things I find important because it's my purpose. When you have a purpose, when you have substance about yourself, you're working towards something greater than yourself. And the girls and the people, they come afterwards. You have to see that your purpose is the foundation for your character, who you are, because your purpose is the foundation. It is where your tower stands. Once you have your purpose, it will dictate the lifestyle you live, right? Because your lifestyle will be orientated around fulfilling your purpose and getting closer to helping people on your mission, on your purpose. So my lifestyle is full of human connection with high-level entrepreneurs, people who are into self-development, self-improvement, people who want to be genuinely better, who are ambitious, people who have a message to share to the world, content creators, people who want to start their online business and want financial freedom. Because I value personal development, I like going to the gym, I like working out. I'm very interested in dating, communication, social skills, psychology, and how dating works overall. So I'm interested in looking better, becoming more attractive. So I like working out. Like, I find it genuinely fun, like hitting the weights. Because I have a purpose, because I have certain values and I value self-improvement, I value working hard, I value improving myself, I value transformations. You design a lifestyle where you get to meet people who value the same things. Because I go to the gym, I meet people who are aligned with fitness and value fitness. Because I value entrepreneurship, I join online school communities, I go to in-person communities, in-person events where I get to meet my archetype of people. And because I'm working on something that's meaningful, because I'm a person of substance, because I have a strong why, and I have a strong network, a strong social circle of people, and I've defined my purpose, it's so easy for girls to come and go into my life. And even if the girls that I meet and I like them, they leave, it doesn't matter, because I have a strong social circle, I have a strong purpose. I literally made $1,000 in a single day. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if the girls come and go, because you have an awesome lifestyle. When you can have an awesome lifestyle on a purpose and working towards something, and you have your social circle of friends that support you, dating girls and dating becomes so easy when you set yourself up in all these domains. And the girl that really resonates with your lifestyle, that really wants to join for the ride, will come and will join for the ride. But it's all about being a world builder and designing a world, a life which you genuinely enjoy, that fulfills your purpose and goes over everything that you value and what means a lot to you and what matters to you. So it's very important you define your purpose, because your purpose is the foundation for everything. And for this first part, I want to leave you with this quote from The Way of the Spirit Man. This is very cliche, and a lot of people know this book, but if you don't know this book, the first quote, the first chapter says to stop hoping for completion. Whatever you want in life, whatever you want to achieve, whoever you want to be and whatever you want to do, you must start now, you must do it now. Let's say for me, when I was a YouTuber, I didn't like the content I was making 2 years ago. And I actually wanted to make content about social skills and communication, because that's what I was genuinely interested in. But I was like, okay, if I just make money doing this thing, like making content in this niche, then I'm gonna like get better in this niche and like do all these things. And that was complete bullshit, right? I realized that I've been waiting for years and years to actually do what I really wanted, was to make these type of videos, the video that I'm making right now. But I'll make money first, and I'll do this first. I'll become high status first, and I'll be high on the dating market, and I'll improve my SMV, my sexual market value, become more attractive first, then build a social life, then do all these things. And I realized like, bro, I've been waiting for years to do what I actually wanted. So you have to understand, you need to stop hoping for completion. And whatever you want to do, you need to do it now. And that leads to the next point, which is time is running out. You don't understand that you have a finite time left on earth. I'm being serious here because 4 weeks ago, I was driving home after the nightclub, right? I was at a nightclub. I was hanging out with my friends. I was also hanging out with a girl. I was driving home after seeing this girl. It was 2 a.m., 3 a.m., probably not the best time. I was drifting. I was falling asleep. I kept drifting. And I was close to my home. And I was drifting. And I drifted. I'm on the left. Cars coming down the right. And in between the two roads, there's a middle island. And there's trees sticking in the middle island. And I was drifting. And then my right wheel on the front went on top of the island, went on the curb, and was literally about to hit the fucking tree. I was going 70, 80 kilometers an hour, about to hit the fucking tree. I went up the curb, my car flunged up, and it was about to directly hit the tree. And I quickly spanned the car and quickly went back on the road. And after that, I was like, shit, I literally almost crashed my car and died. And that was just one of the times. There were 2 other times as well recently where I was drifting and I almost crashed into a car, crashed on the side, drifted off the road. And so this is just a story just to tell you that there's no guarantees in life. You could die tomorrow. You could die the next day. You could die next month. You could die in your sleep tonight. There is no guarantees in life, in business, in everything. There is no guarantees in life. When like people say like, I guarantee you make X amount of money per month, like that's bullshit. There is no guarantees in life. You have to understand that you have to take chances. You have to take risks. You have to understand that you could die any moment. Time is running out. Time is ticking. The longer you live, the less valuable time becomes. 1 minute as a 5-year-old is not 1 minute as a 15-year-old, right? That 1 minute feels a lot faster as a 15-year-old compared to a 5-year-old, because as a 5-year-old, you've only experienced 5 years. Where if you're a 15-year-old or if you're a 50-year-old, that 1 minute is 1 millionth, the 50th of that 50 years you've lived. Like, you can do the math yourself. I'm not a math nerd, but you can do the math yourself, right? That 5 minutes is not as valuable as a 50-year-old compared to a 5-year-old as a 5 minutes. So you experience time faster and faster as you get older and older and older, and time becomes inflated. Time has inflation. It becomes less valuable as you experience this. Your perception of time is going to speed up the more you age and the longer you live. Like, this year has been faster compared to all the other years because I've been doing more as well as I'm older. And I'm also seeing people around me, like, family and older family. I'm seeing them like all pass away, and it's really like it's a wake up call to realize that you don't have a lot of time left. There's a finite amount of time you have left on earth to achieve what you want to achieve. Like, you may not be able to buy the things that you want to buy. You may not be able to experience the things you want to experience. You may not be able to date the girls that you want to date. You may not be able to buy the car that you want to buy. You may not be able to travel to the place that you want to travel. Time is running out, and if you don't take the actions you need to get to where you want to go, and you don't be fast and move with speed, you're going to not live the life you want to live. You may die in the next month and have all these regrets of the things you didn't achieve because you were too slow, you were procrastinating, and you were so afraid to make mistakes. So understand that time is running out. You don't have time to be scared. You don't have time to feel fearful. You don't have time to be scared about failure. Like, what if my family, what if people say this? What if I lose all my money and like go homeless? Like, you don't have time to waste. Like, time is running out, and you either achieve what you want to achieve or you don't achieve it and you live with regret. Number 3, perception is everything. How you look at the world, how you see the world, your mentality and everything about it will dictate everything in the world and everything that comes to you, right? How you view the world will affect how the world will view you. Your inner world, your inner mentality, the way you view the world, your mentality, your mindset, the inner part of you, that impacts the outer world, what you see, how the world treats you. For me personally, I was afraid to spend money, right? I was living in scarcity. I was like, oh, I can't do the things I want to do. I can't do this, I can't do that. But then when I have an abundance mindset now I'm paying for people's dinners, I'm like helping people out, and when I'm doing all these things, like that gains me access to more opportunities. And when I pay for people's dinners, like, oh, okay, Darius is a person that is on the same frequency. We pay for each other's dinners, we go out, we help each other out. So because I'm operating on the same frequency as these entrepreneurs and business owners, I get invited out to these things. Because of my mentality and the way I see the world, that I live in abundance, I believe there's so many options around me and opportunities and things to do and possibilities and opportunities to achieve and access to things and an abundance of options and dating girls, connections. Because I think with this abundance mindset, I now operate in a way which affects how the outer world and how the external world happens to me. Everything is mentalism. This is one of the laws, the universal laws in the book called The Kybalion. You need to read this book if you don't understand the universe, because this book is key to understanding the universal laws and how everything is affecting you. So when I say perception is everything, this could also be when you fail, right? You could either see this failure as negative, like, oh, I failed, and you can use that as an excuse to reinforce a negative belief that I'm a loser, I'm an idiot, I'm dumb, I'm unintelligent, I'm stupid, I can't make money, I'm unattractive, I'm not skilled enough, I'm not good enough. You can use these failures to reinforce negative feedback. Like, it's a choice. You can use that experience to negatively feedback into yourself, in your identity. Or you can use that feedback to say, hey, this is what I've done wrong. This is awesome. I can now change this thing and now get a better result. So your perception on failures, on experiences, on things you learn is everything. The fourth lesson you need to understand are universal laws. Now, this is something that I've realized just then. And it's very crazy because back then in high school, right, when I would feel negative, when I would feel depressed, when I would feel anxious, and I would talk to people, that feeling would transfer towards the other person. Like, I didn't know that if you felt depressed, if you were around other people, you would make other people feel depressed. And I didn't understand like these universal laws. And this universal law is called correspondence, the law of correspondence in the book called The Kybalion. Now, The Kybalion states that the world operates in reflections. Your state of mind, your intentions, your emotions and feelings, they transfer, they reflect to everything around you, towards your outer world. Your inner world reflects the outer world. And if your inner wiring has negative intentions, is running through criminal activity, it's in a very depressive, negative, anxious state of mind, that's going to reflect into your outer world. You're going to be around other people who are anxious and depressed that resonate with these emotions. You're going to be around other people who do criminal activities. And you're going to repel the people that don't resonate with your emotions, your state of mind, and your mentality. And I noticed as I started to drift off the path of like being average, being an average person, just binging content, not doing anything with my life, as I started to do more with my life, I started to operate in a very growth mindset, a positive state of mind. I started working out. I started to meet people who are like-minded. I started to have the things that I wanted simply because the universe works in reflections. And I noticed as I started to bring good energy, I started to add value to people's lives. As I started to benefit the world, add value to the world, make more content, like the content like I'm making right now, as I started to help people and change people's lives, the people that I was around and the people that I was surrounding myself with, they were the type of people like me to change people's lives as well. So whatever you want in life, it all starts with you. You have to understand you cannot change the actual reflection of the mirror. The reflection of the mirror is actually reflecting you and your way of thinking, your mentality, and the way you view the world. So change the way you view the world, change the way your mentality thinks, change your mindset, and it will change your external world and the reality around you. As I started to learn more, read more books, literally drop thousands of dollars on mentorship, be around other people who had the same mindset that I wanted to adopt, I started to change my mentality. And when I changed my inner wiring, I changed the way I thought about the world, it changed the way I saw the world and the actions that I took in the external world, simply because I changed me and I changed my brain and I changed my mentality. The fifth lesson I learned is to prioritize your mental and physical health. Now, before I had this limiting mindset where, okay, like fuck my mental health, don't meditate, don't work out, like skip the workout, just get to the work, do the business work, do all these things. And I wouldn't be as productive. I wouldn't be as sharp. I wasn't as effective as I was. And I noticed that I wasn't staying consistent, right? I wasn't like showing up. You have to understand that if you do not get you locked in, you cannot help other people get locked in. It's like being on an airplane and they tell you, the air stewards show you that you need to prioritize putting your own air mask first before you help other people put on their air mask. And the reason why is because you cannot help other people put on their air mask if you're fucking passed out. So they tell you to prioritize you first so you can have the capacity to help other people. And that's what I realized, is that I couldn't make an impact. I couldn't make money. I couldn't contribute and add value if I didn't help myself and added value to my life and made my life better. I couldn't make other people's lives better if I don't make my life better. Because as Sam Ovens said, his very famous quote, if you don't know Sam Ovens, he's very popular in the make money space and has helped a lot of people start their own consulting and coaching businesses. He said that you don't have business problems, you have personal problems that reflect into your business, that bleed into your business. So it's not about whether you work hard enough in your business or you're doing this in your business. You got some personal shit that you didn't deal with that is now showing up in your business. Whether it be not sleeping on the right time, not working out and be physically healthy and fit, not prioritizing your mental mental health and, meditating and creating a calm mind. It's understanding that the problems around you, the external problems around you arise simply because of you. It can be as simple as waking up on time, going to bed on time, eating the right food, having the right diet, working out, staying fit. It is not the strategies, it is not the tactics, it's not these things that are holding you back, but it's simply you are holding you back. So you need to find a way to help you first, get yourself to the next step so you can get other people to the next step. Number 6 is to focus on constraints, focus on bottlenecks. I didn't realize this fucking mental shift about focusing on constraints, right? Because before I would used to just go read a bunch of books, go watch a bunch of YouTube content, go consume a bunch of courses. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing with my time. I was saying I'm being productive, I'm learning all these things, I'm reading books, I'm listening to podcasts, but they never really got me to the next stage or made significant improvements straight away. And that's because I was working on the wrong things. You could be working all day on making the best logo, making the best YouTube banner, but doing this doesn't get more customers, doing this doesn't get more results, and doing this doesn't get more money coming in. So it's completely useless to just do these things. And that's exactly what I did, right? I was focusing all my time just doing pointless shit, like reading this book, consuming this course, even though this course had nothing to do with the things that I was working on, just watching this course for the hell of it. I would be doing all these random stuff and I didn't understand why wasn't I progressing? Why wasn't I growing my brand? And that was because, wait, I'm not doing the things that would get that result. I'm not focusing on what's stopping me. And so I realized, okay, what is the things that are stopping me? That's the golden question you need to ask yourself. I asked myself, what is stopping me? So for social skills, right, I was asking myself, okay, why is it that I don't have a social circle of 6-7 figure entrepreneurs who like to do holidays, organize trips? Why don't I have that? Okay, I don't know where to find them. Okay, let's find out. Where can we find these people? Okay, so I started researching events, stuff like that. Okay, I found an event. Okay, let's go there. Okay, I found these people. How do I befriend them? Okay, how do I befriend them? Okay, what do I do? Add value to their lives, help them out, listen to them. How do I influence people? Okay, I befriend them. Now, how do I organize events and bring people together? Okay, so there's always the next stage and the next stage. So depending on your goals, you have to really define where you want to be, and you have to define what is stopping you from getting to where you want to be. And so this leads to the first step, which is your purpose and goals. If you do not have a vision, if you do not have like a desired state in marketing terms, you cannot identify the problems. You cannot identify what is stopping you if you don't know where you're going. And so that's why you need to know where you're going and who you want to become and what life you want to live, so you can see what is stopping you from getting to that life. As I really identify, okay, what is stopping me from making that social circle? I don't know where these people hang around. Where can I find these people? Okay, I can go to this event, I can go to that event, and I can find these people. Okay, boom. As I did that, I got to the next stage. Okay, I started meeting these people, and I literally 10x my results by identifying what is stopping me. So the only thing that matters is the constraints. What is stopping you from getting to the next stage? The 7th lesson which I learned is to start first, then learn later. And bro, I remember I used to spend 2 months literally learning, how do I make a YouTube video? Learning how to make the best YouTube video. Like, okay, how do I make the best video? Research this. And I literally spent 2 months. I was learning first, and I kept learning, and I barely posted. I would post one video every 2 months, and then maybe it would do good, maybe it would do it really well, and I wouldn't post for another month or another 2 months. This was last year at the time. The YouTuber Ruff was around 1,000 subscribers, around the same what I was. We were at the same subscriber count. But then I was posting once every month, once every 2 months, because I want to make the best quality. I want to do all these bullshit and make the best quality, right? But then I saw Ruff, he was posting 2 times a week, 1 time a week. And then I noticed as the months progressed, he was getting more views, he was getting more traction, he was building up a brand, and mine was still the same. And I was like, bro, why am I not progressing? It's because he started first and then learned as he went. I kept learning and just never started. And so that's what stopped me from getting to the next stage. You are stuck in procrastination. You are stuck, you fear failure. You are fearful of criticism. And I had to overcome that. I realized, wait, shit, he just started first, then learned later. And I'm not where I want to be. And I didn't start first. And I just kept learning and didn't apply. I just kept learning and just didn't take action. And that's when I realized, oh shit, Ruff got to 100k subscribers is because he started first, then learned later. Where for me, I kept learning and I just barely started and barely took action. And so I was like pissed off. I was in regret. I'm like, what the fuck? Why didn't I post? And so as I started posting, I started to learn more about YouTube. Okay, I started posting consistently every single week. Okay, let's tweak the videos. Let's make this a little better. And I started to learn how to do each step faster and faster and faster. It's like when you make a YouTube video, okay, I need to learn how to come up with a good idea. I need to learn how to make the thumbnail, make a good intro. I need to learn how to structure my videos. I need to learn packaging, titles, headlines, As I started to make more videos, I went through each of the stage multiple times, and I started to learn each part faster and faster, simply because I did more volume, simply because I started first, then learned later. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid of criticism. Don't be afraid of failure, because that is the thing that will get you to the next stage. I guarantee you there's someone similar to you on the same level as you, but is taking action, starting first, then learning later, while you're just starting. Now, if you get two people, one of them who just started first and learned as you go, compared to the person that learned first, then started, the person that starts first, then learns later, is the one that beats the other person by a fucking mile. And that's exactly what happened with me and the other YouTuber that I was comparing myself to, Roth. So as you start reaching your goals and you just start first, you're going to autocorrect, right? This is how you achieve your goals. You are like a missile, right? And you are heading a certain direction. And that direction, that pinpoint is your goal. As a missile, you may go in the wrong direction, but you'll recorrect. You may go the wrong direction and you recorrect. As you keep going forward, as you start to post more, do more, you start to learn as you go. You can always recorrect. You can always adjust yourself. And that's what I didn't realize. I didn't realize I could adjust myself. I was so afraid to fail. I could have been at 100,000 subscribers by now, but I was dumb. I was stupid. I didn't start first, then learn later. And another YouTuber beat me to it. And the final lesson, the 8th final lesson, is to be around high value people, high level people, the people that you want to become like. This was so fucking crucial, right? I'm telling you, it's crucial as fuck. As I started to be around people who make these 6 to 7 figures, people making a lot of money, people with better relationships, people that were good with girls, people that were smarter, more charismatic, I started to become exactly like these people. I started to speak like them. I started to express myself. I started to have the same mentality as them. And after meeting all these people and going to these events, getting invited to more events, getting invited to parties, meeting all these people, it has severely 10x my life. As 10x my status, it has improved my social skills. And when you're better with social skills, you're better in sales and talking to people. You get certain connections. You get to be around the people who achieved what you want to achieve. And when you're around people who achieved what you want to achieve, they're able to give you the steps which they took in order to get there. They're able to give you their thinking, their mentality and the way they think about the world and the way they operate. It starts to rub onto you. You start living like them. They're the type of people to be hardworking, smart, intelligent. They always acted in abundance. They were high frequency people, high vibrations. They were always positive. They never had the victim mindset. They were always ambitious. They were always talking about the things they were going to achieve, the big dreams they were going to accomplish. And seeing around me succeed, seeing everyone around me have success, and me not having success, raised the bar, raised the standard for myself. I was thinking, wait, everyone here is making at least $100,000 to $1 million per fucking year. I'm like, this is impossible. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I still poor? Why am I still broke? And so that pissed me off, but also gave me hope as well, knowing that it was possible to make that certain amount of income per month. It was possible to live the life that I wanted to live. Seeing visual proof right in front of me, seeing people succeeded. I would see these people around me being good with girls, they would talk to the girls and they're very good and socially skilled. And I was seeing them, they're very good with money. They speak very intelligently. They were very charismatic. They had this abundance mindset. They had this demeanor and energy about themselves. They spoke about money in a specific way. And that started to affect me. I started to realize, wait, there are people out there living a life that's completely different to me. People dropping $100,000 to buy a car. People not giving a shit that a meal costs $500. It's people who see money differently and see the world differently, and that starts to affect you. And like we said, perception is everything. When you start to see the world in the correct way, which is conducive to getting what you want, you start to get what you want. If you think the right way, you will get exactly what you want based on your perception. Your inner world is your outer world, and these people inner world, their inner wiring, their mindset, their mentality got them the life that they're living right now. So I started to think like them. When I started to think like them, I started to live the life that's similar to them. So you have to be very careful with who you hang around. 3 years ago, when I was hanging around my loser friends who played video games, who valued short-term dopamine and showed each other Instagram memes scrolling before school, these were the people I was hanging around. And of course, I would value these things. I would value, these funny memes like Among Us, Sus. I was saying all these memes, like I'll have fucking Tourette's, like these TikTok memes, Among Us, all this bullshit, bro. And I valued these things, right? I valued alcohol. I valued low quality conversations and short-term dopamine. I valued these things because of the people I was hanging around valued these things. So I only lived up to that standard. So it's very important that you hang around people that raise your standards, that raise the bar for you. If you understand all these 8 things, where you understand that purpose is everything, purpose is your foundation to not drifting and living in regret. Understand that time is running out and you could die any moment. Understand that perception is everything, and the way you see the world The way you treat the world and view the world is the way the world will view you and act on you. If you have the correct perception and you can perceive in a way which helps you, you're able to recognize opportunities which get you the life that you want to live. The fourth thing is to understand there are universal laws and understand how to use them and how to utilize them. Number 5 is to prioritize your physical and mental health, because you don't have business problems or career problems or relationship problems or all these. You don't have these external problems. You have personal problems which come up in the external parts of your life, your business, your relationships, and all these things. Everything stems from your personal problems and your personal issues. Number 6 is to focus on the constraints. This is the things that are preventing you from getting to the next stage. Always start first, then learn later. Starting experience is the best teacher, and the person that is not procrastinating, and the person that starts first and puts in the volume will beat you in 6 months if you keep staying there, if you keep procrastinating. And finally, build a social circle, build a tribe of people which can program you to think like them so you can achieve a similar lifestyle just like them. Since you watched these videos this far, I know you're the person that takes my advice seriously. I know you're a person which resonates with the things that I have to say. So I invite you to my free community below. It's private, it's free. I only tell the people that actually care and want to win. So since you watched this far, you care about what I have to say, you care about your self-development, you care about progressing in your social life, your financial life, your physical life, you care about these things. So I invite you to my community below. It's completely free. It only takes 1 minute to sign up. So click the link in the description, join the free school community below, where I help guys with social confidence and building a social circle of high value people. So if you're interested in that, click the link in the description and I'll see you in there. Peace.